Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so this is the last thing I wanted to sound off on because after this, I got to start preparing for my live. Guys, I'm going to be going live twice today. Once in the afternoon, probably around like 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that, to really talk about this Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, the aftermath of that. And then later on tonight, I'll do another live for Terrence Crawford and Madrimov because, again, like I missed a lot of things. There's a lot to talk about, and boxing stops for no man. So, yeah, last video I'll drop on Ryan Garcia until the next live in a couple hours. But I wanted to sound off on like Derrick James because Derrick James has always been a great trainer. Derrick James has always been a world-class, creme de la creme, top-tier coach. Nothing has ever changed about Derrick James' ability to guide a fighter and get him over the hump, in my humble opinion, all right? Derrick James never changed. People changed on Derrick James. Derrick James has always been great at his job, right? And so I'm happy that Ryan Garcia won, and he deserves a lot of credit because Derrick James has played a role and done what a lot of people thought wasn't possible. You know, Ryan Garcia was a guy that had the reputation for not being coachable, not listening in the gym. And I think if we could all be objectively honest with ourselves in terms of what, not just the fact that Ryan beat Devin Haney, but in terms of how he beat him, what changed from the Gervonta Davis fight, his last fight with Joe Goostin, to now his second fight with Derrick James. Night and day fighter, night and day difference. Why is it night and day difference? Because Ryan Garcia has always been a guy that's had, great reflexes, great speed, very confident fighter, right? But he lacked fundamentals. He lacked a fundamental base to work off of, and he didn't really have a straight right hand to speak of. Let's just be honest. He didn't have I think a straight right hand that would be good enough to set up his left hook, right? But you look at this fight with Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia's punches were a lot straighter, coming from a more fundamental, sound position. You know, he's not over here doing this shit. He's just more sound, just just nice down the middle, straight punches, no fat on the punches. That's what I noticed watching the fight. Even in some of the pad work, I noticed it here and there. But I think the fact that he had a straight right hand that he was confident in, because, you know, he has had a straight right hand, but I just don't think he was confident enough to throw it the kind of conviction he was throwing in this fight, right? So what it did when he fought Devin Haney was when Ryan would throw the straight right hand, it opened up the door for that left hook even more, which we all know Ryan Garcia has one of the best and most dynamite left hooks in the business, right? So very important, and I think Derrick James deserves a lot of credit for helping guide Ryan and get him over the hump. There was a particular sequence in round 11 where Ryan had sat down and he was kind of like joking around with his brother Sean Garcia, who was in the corner, and Derrick James kind of like just grabbed him and sat him down and told everybody in the corner to shut the hell up, and he gave Ryan clear-cut instructions, and Ryan, you could tell Ryan was attentive. Ryan was absorbing what he was saying, and just even things like that, I think, made all the difference because now Ryan Garcia had found the guy that he believes in, that commands respect, his boxing disciplinarian, so to speak, even though I know Ryan drank and camped and whatever, so to speak, but when it came to the actual boxing and the execution of the game plan, he found his boxing disciplinarian, Derrick James, and Derrick James did what many people had deemed to be, from a trainer standpoint, impossible, because Ryan Garcia is uncoachable. Ryan beats to the tune of his own drum, this, that, and the third. So I'm happy for him, and now a lot of people, I've been starting to see a lot of people have now circled the block. They've changed their opinions. They now have a different assessment perspective on Derrick James, and I want to normalize this. I want this to be the main idea of my video. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but this needs to be said, and this point needs to be hammered home here on True School Sports. There's many great trainers in boxing. Guys that do great work. They've guided champions and molded champions and made many men multi-millionaires, right? But every trainer, I don't give a damn if it's Emmanuel Stewart, Eddie Reynoso, Eddie Futch, Derrick James, every trainer in the history of boxing, they have periods where their fighters seem to be winning all the time, and they have fighters where periods of time where their fighters seem to be losing all the time. Let me give you an example. In 2021, Eddie Reynoso's stable of Oscar Valdez and Julio Cesar Martinez and Canelo Alvarez and Andy Ruiz, they were like the Rockefeller Records of boxing. They couldn't lose. They were like Rockefeller Records in the early 2000s. They could not lose. All right? What happens a year later? Okay? A lot of guys in that stable start getting their ass whooped. Julio Cesar Martinez got his ass whooped by Roman Gonzalez. Canelo got his ass whooped by Bivol. Oscar Valdez got his ass whooped by Shakur Stevenson. And then from one year to the next, Eddie Reynoso, and by the way, Ryan Garcia was included in that stable when he beat Luke Campbell in early 2021. So add him in there as well. But Eddie Reynoso went from being the best coach in boxing in 1 year to now people questioning his competency as a trainer, right? So I've already seen this movie play out with Eddie Reynoso. And mind you, I'm no Eddie Reynoso fanboy or big fan like that, but I respect him, and I do recognize him as a great trainer because he took Canelo Alvarez from the ground up, made him what he is today. That commands respect. Now the same thing's playing itself out with Derrick James. So I say all this to say, guys, that we need to normalize trainers being able to fail just like fighters. Okay, they go through. It's just like life. It's just like life. You know, I can speak for myself. Like I know there's been times in my life where I can't seem to lose. Right now, I feel like I'm in a season of my life where I can't seem to lose anything. Everything's going great for me, right? But I've had plenty of times where I know I can't seem to win. And I can't get over the hump, and things don't go right, right? So trainers and fighters are no different than they're everyday human beings. You go through winning streaks, you go through losing streaks, you go through up phases, peaks, and you go through valleys, you know? So, again, shout out to Derrick James, you know? People wanted to shit on him because Terrence Crawford destroyed Errol Spence. No, man, listen. Terrence Crawford is just significantly better than Errol Spence. And no amount of coaching from Derrick James was ever going to get Errol Spence over the hump on that night. That's just the truth. But he took Errol Spence from the ground up, unified champion, multi-millionaire, one of the biggest names in boxing. Derrick James had a huge role to play in that. And people forget. Now Derrick James has Frank Martin coming up against Tank. And look, Frank Martin shouldn't be Tank. We all know. But again, Ryan was supposed to be Devin. Frank Martin, I don't think is as naturally gifted as Ryan, but he's definitely one of the most athletic and explosive fighters Tank has ever fought. And if Tank's not careful, Tank's overlooking him, Tank's underestimating him, Derrick James may just do the double. He may just fuck around and get 2 upsets. But you know, that one I think is a little harder for him than Ryan versus Devin, because Ryan just has things you can't. He got that shit you can't teach. They call them intangibles. So yeah, guys, stop shitting on coaches when they're fighters. Overall, as a whole, stop losing. I mean, Derrick James is been in this business for a long time. He's been a great trainer for a long time, and I know he said he's probably gonna get out of boxing soon. And listen, he's earned it. He's given himself to the sport and done great by a lot of people. But however long he decides to train, he will continue to do a great job and excel to the best of his abilities, because that's who Derrick James is, a man who is a true professional of the sport, and I got a lot of respect for him. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about what I'm saying. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Leave the comments down below, guys. Stay tuned for the live. I'll be going live. I'm not sure when, but probably in the next 2 to 4 hours. So just check back periodically. I'm going live in the afternoon, and I'm going live at night. There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to talk about, and we're going to get to it all here on True School Sports. So leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterfield, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.